And happy November, everybody. This is Eric Silvers with Veritas Management. Today we're going to go over some baseline banking, specifically adding a new property and also adding a new lease with a new tenant. In this particular situation, we're going to mix things up a little bit, and we'll show you about after signing the lease, which is apart from this video. We'll show you how to incorporate the security deposit and accounting for that security deposit being paid. Also, if you charge a cleaning fee or additional fees, we'll show how to input that as well. If the tenant starts the lease at the beginning of a month, there will be prorated rent, so we'll include that as well. And some situations, based on how the lease is negotiated, if a tenant pays, for example, 6 months of rent up front, how this would be captured and accounted for in the baseline banking application. So we personally utilize baseline banking and find it very simple. This is the dashboard, as we've been over in previous video. So we're going to dive a little bit deeper into the properties and adding tenants and the rent collection. So if you go to the left tab, of course, you see the drop down here. You can get to rent collection and properties either through this tab on the left side. Another way, you can just go directly to rent collection and click on that. So in this case, everything is listed on the left for you in terms of stepwise approach. So we'll set up a fictitious property. I'll walk you through this. Let's just put in property address that I know exists. Go to Austin property. Let's say this property may have a unit. We'll just put unit 1000 in this example. And the AI feature of baseline will bring up the city in the zip code. You can also add multiple units, or if you're renting out multiple rooms, and if you're in a college town or not. And in this case, we'll just stick with the single unit. So this is the property that we just added. We'll select that property, and then we'll go ahead and enter the rent details, fixed term and month to month. Of course, new leases are going to be a fixed term, and we'll put in a start date of, let's say, mid-month. We'll choose mid-month, and this will go until November of 25 at the end of the month there. To keep things simple, we'll put the rent amount as $1,000. If you have any recurring fees, such as if you add additional pet rents, you can add that on as well. Just you label that. Rent is due on the first of the month, or you choose the date. We'll stick with the first. If you want to add a late fee, you can add a late fee after the due date. Usually it's 3 days. You can do a late fee of $50. Save that fee there. So it outlines all the rent payments, of course. There's 12 in total for a year's lease. The next page, collect the security deposit, which has been collected. In this case is $1,000. That security deposit was collected when the lease was executed, and this was already paid for. If you want to collect last month's rent up front, you can. Some situations you may collect more than 1 month's rent for a security deposit, so you just adjust that accordingly. Collected prorated rent. In this example, we did collect $500 prorated rent, and again, we collected that at the execution of the lease. Add a one-time fee. We typically will charge a non-refundable cleaning fee of $150, and of course that was due. It's not letting me backdate it, so you'd have to utilize today. You can save that fee. If you want to add any other fees, you can do it the same way. So we'll confirm all the invoices here. This is the prorated rent, and you see the cleaning fee, and then full month's rent from December through next November. And then the banks to receive the account. You can utilize any banks, either whether they're within Baselane or external accounts. We'll just pick that. And if you want to add a new account, you can do that, which is a different topic that has been gone over in the previous video. So we can go ahead and add the tenant. In this case, we'll just make up a name, and we'll put the email, just make up an email. And we'll go ahead and review the details. We can see the address, the unit number that we inputted, lease start date, end date, monthly rent amount. Rent is due on the 1st of every month. And recurring rent starts on December 1st, which would be the first full month rent. The late fees, the number of days after the due date when the late fee will be charged, and the late fee amount. Security deposit that was set up, $1,000, and that was collected on the 14th. Prorated rent, cleaning fee, and confirming the bank that will receive the rent, and inviting the tenant. So rent collection is all set up. Okay. So once we put everything in there, go back to rent collection. This all can be reviewed. And then we can review the invoices as well here. So prorated rent, let's say if we collected that up front, in this case we did, we can mark that as paid. That's all that's been paid. One-time pet fee, of course, that's been paid as well in this case. Remember, in this case, the tenant did pay for the first 6 full months of rent, so we would mark that as paid, and so on. So December 1st, January 1st, all the way through May 1st. And so on. So that's pretty easy to do. Of course, through Baselane, it'll invite the tenant to make the payments online if they accept it. If they don't, make their payments online and send you a check or Zelle it, or however you have set up with the tenant. Then you just go in and mark each month's rent as paid when you receive the payment from the tenant. So I hope this was helpful. If there is anything else you would like me to cover about Baselane Banking or any other management questions you have, even if it pertains to long-term rentals, mid-term rentals, short-term rentals, please add it in the comments and I'll be happy to make a video. Thank you for watching.